Today we're flying a route that's back after 10 years. A direct flight departing from Incheon Airport to Jeju Island. Today we're heading from Incheon Airport to Korea's Hawaii, Jeju Island. That's right, from Incheon Airport, not Gimpo Airport. The Incheon-Jeju direct route is back after 10 years. This isn't a transit-only domestic flight, it's open to anyone. Actually, this route has quite a history. Korean Air and Asiana Airlines used to operate it, but both carriers withdrew as of October 2016. The reason was simple: load factors just weren't there. So why has it come back now? Earlier this year, in February, the matter was discussed at a presidential meeting. The issue raised was that travelers going from Incheon Airport to regional airports had to transfer at Gimpo, which was taking far too long. The key point of this route revival is this. After arriving at Incheon Airport, how would a foreign tourist get to Jeju Island? They'd have to drag their luggage all the way to Gimpo Airport and then catch another flight to Jeju from there. But just the travel time from Incheon to Gimpo alone is about an hour. On top of that, you have to arrive at the airport early, go through security screening, and when you factor in the possibility of flight delays, you'd need to build in a lot more buffer time into your travel schedule than you'd expect. But now, you can land at Incheon and fly directly to Jeju. So for foreign tourists, this route is a complete game changer. The Gimpo-Jeju route is the most frequently operated route in the world, showing just how strong the demand for Jeju already is. Last year, about 12% of all foreign visitors to Korea included Jeju in their trip, meaning roughly 1 in 8 foreign tourists visits Jeju Island. This route is going to play a pretty significant role. Alright then, shall we go board this route that's back after 10 years? We're at Incheon Airport Terminal 1. Jeju Air's check-in counter is at Counter L. This is Counter L on the 3rd floor. But today I won't be checking in here. Why, you ask? Because domestic flights check in on the 1st floor, the arrivals level. Directly across from Gate 3 on the 1st floor, you'll find the domestic flight check-in counter. Don't wander around on the 3rd floor by mistake. Ground handling staff from JAS are getting the check-in counter ready. Today's flight departs at 18:05, and the check-in counter opens at 1600, closing 30 minutes before departure. It says there are no amenity facilities available beyond the security checkpoint. Today's gate is Gate 2, and boarding begins at 17:45. Security screening is available from 1 hour before departure. Here's the flow for boarding a domestic flight at Incheon Airport. Boarding takes place in Terminal 1 of Incheon Airport on the east side. After check-in, head to the right and proceed through the security checkpoint. Take the escalator up to the 2nd floor, and you'll arrive at the boarding gate. What's really great from a foreign traveler's perspective is that you step out of international arrivals and the domestic departure is right next to you. No need to go to Gimpo, saving an amount of time. For reference, the waiting area before security is not very spacious, so if you have plenty of time, it should be fine to grab a meal or rest elsewhere until boarding. Today's aircraft had already completed several legs, arriving from Jeju, so it was delayed by about 30 minutes. After a quick ID check, we head to security screening. Foreign passengers will still need their passport, of course. The rules on liquids are also more relaxed. You can bring them through with no volume restriction, even an open coffee cup is allowed. Following the domestic departure signs, take the escalator up to the 2nd floor. The 2nd floor is normally the arrivals level, but for domestic flights, it's used for both arrivals and departures. That's the boarding gate over there. And this here is the waiting area. There are no amenities at all. No duty-free shop, not even a small convenience store. Restroom access is also limited. Did a quick route survey and got a free handkerchief. Our aircraft has arrived and passengers are disembarking. International arrivals and domestic departures are happening on the same floor, separated only by a partition. A ground handling staff member briefly opened the partition to let passengers use the restroom. You can access the restroom, and that's pretty much it. There's a waiting area on the other side. but it's inaccessible to keep arriving and departing passengers separated. Boarding started about 20 minutes late, beginning around 18:10, with passengers called by zone starting from the rear. Today's aircraft is the Boeing 737-8. Jeju Air operates 189-seat configuration and 174-seat configuration with business class seats. The 189-seat aircraft is assigned to the Incheon Jeju. Today's plane is a brand new aircraft delivered less than a month ago. JAS, Jeju Air's ground handling company, is preparing for pushback. Today's aircraft registration is Hotel Lima 8739. 157 passengers are on board today. Generally, the load factor on the Jeju to Incheon leg tends to be higher than on the Incheon to Jeju leg. The seats are made of fabric. Being a new aircraft, they're pristine, not a single crease. Seat pitch is the standard 29 inches, and there's no IFE monitor, just a device holder and USB-A and C charging ports. I'm in seat 6A, a window seat. You can see the Terminal 1 sign from here. The boarding bridge disconnects and pushback begins. Pushback underway. Gate 2 is located deep inside the terminal, so we push all the way back to a starting spot called Point 1. Let's go. Take care. There's an Air Canada Boeing 787, which has been making good use of the stands near runway 33 left since Asiana's move to Terminal 2, and an EVA Air Boeing 777. Stay tuned for an upcoming flight review to Taiwan. We've lined up on runway 34 right, waiting for China Airlines to land on runway 34 left. Departing for Jeju. Goodbye, Incheon. New maintenance apron comes into view. There are facilities for converting aircraft into freighters. As this is a domestic flight, the in-flight duty-free sales service is skipped. However, the duty-free shopping catalog is still available on board. We're cruising at 24,000 feet. It was raining below, but the clear blue sky above the clouds is a welcome sight. There's a rainbow appearing in the aircraft's shadow. This phenomenon is known as the Brocken Spectre. About 40 minutes after takeoff, fishing boats began appearing in the waters. Jeju Airport is known for its windy conditions, which often lead to go-arounds, but thankfully the wind was stable despite the rain. Landing on runway 07 at Jeju Airport.
Minimums 200. 100, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
We've arrived safely at Jeju Airport. We were about 25 minutes behind schedule. Today's load factor was approximately 83%, which is quite high. There were many family passengers traveling with young children, and surprisingly, quite a few foreign passengers as well. I honestly thought most foreigners wouldn't know about this route yet, but the number of foreign passengers on board was quite surprising. Word must have spread quickly. Here's a summary of the Incheon Jeju schedule. For now, this is a 3-month trial operation. The government has stated plans to expand it going forward. The fares are also quite affordable. I booked my ticket for 48,500 won. A route that's returned after 10 years, whether this ends as a 3-month trial or establishes itself as a permanent route, is ultimately up to we, the passengers, I think. Load factors have been strong so far, and I hope this route becomes permanent for more convenient for everyone. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe. See you in the next video.